guys, what is going on? Welcome back to episode 2 of Shifting Minds. I'm Steve, and this is
Nathan. Yo. What are you speaking about on this episode, Steve? Hit me.
We are going to talk about the importance of goals, how to set them, how to use them as inspiration to get where you want to go, and also the process. Young Nate's going to take you through a little bit of a process. And right at the end of this episode, make sure you stick around because we're going to give you some really good tools to help you set some goals, smash them, and start succeeding.
Boom. So, look, today, basically, myself, I want to speak about how setting goals teaches us habit building. I also wanted to speak about how having a clear vision with a goal helps you to actually learn what to do within the process, right? And also, starting smaller sometimes helps you to actually achieve those goals, which helps to build your confidence because then you can start setting bigger goals. Also, just basically rewinding back to building the habit of setting goals. If you start small, you actually get them done, and it builds you up. Anyway,
yeah,
Steve, you roll on, bro. You roll on.
Look, that brings us to the first thing, guys. A goal without a plan is just a dream, all right? You need to make sure that you set your goals, and you need to make sure you set small goals right through to big long-term goals. A lot of people look too far forward, and they set a goal for the year or for 5 years, and a lot of people lose focus in that time. It's too long a period to focus on something. If you don't have enough passion and enough drive to get you to that 5-year goal, you're going to quit. You're going to fail. So you're going to need to make sure that you set some goals along the way. All right. And I know both me and Nathan, we have weekly goals. Sometimes we even have daily goals, which is virtually, I need to get this done. I want to smash this. But weekly goals, a monthly goal, 6-month goal, 12-month goal, 5-year goal, and then the big picture, all right, 10-year goal. So now it sounds like a lot for you to do, but it's very easy, and you need to start writing that stuff down and really getting to your reason why you want those types of goals. So we'll go into that as well, because you can't just say, I want to quit my job, and that's a goal. You need to go deeper than that. You need to find a reason. You need to find a passion. You need to find something to keep you motivated to do that. So we're going to help you do that today. And Nath, you kick off the first part of the process, bro.
Well, look, basically setting goals, right? So as Steve just said, having different intervals within your goals, not just a big picture, because you're going to look at it and be overwhelmed and think, man, how am I ever supposed to get to that? But when you look at that, you kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? To negatively, what's the word? To look in the future and work backwards. What am I trying to say there, Steve? Do you know what I'm trying to say there? To basically work backwards from the big picture. You're going to say, okay, that's 10 years from now. But then 5 years from now, I'm obviously not going to be at that 10-year point, but where might I be? What could be it? Write that down. Work backwards again. Say, okay, so in 1 year's time, obviously I'm not going to be anywhere near the 5 or 10-year goal, but what would I like my 1 year point to look like from where I am now? Then you can then go down like a 6-month, then get down into the individual months and weekly stuff. It sounds like a lot, like Steve said, but once you've broken it down to a weekly goal, you realize, cool, I can now start to go, I need to start reframing my mind. Watch the first episode and you'll understand a little bit more about that. Shifting that mind. Then you're gonna realize that starting a small goal is gonna help to build the habit of setting goals. Right? You're going to do a small goal and achieve it. Small goal, achieve it, confidence boost, and you're going to start the process of actually achieving that first weekly goal. Then you're just moving week by week.
It's important to celebrate those wins too, man.
Exactly.
Celebrate. When you reach a little milestone, call it that, whatever it is. But when you reach that, celebrate it. Reward yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back, because at the end of the day, if you don't reward yourself for achieving what you've worked hard to get, then what's the point? So the moment you put a deadline on your dreams, they become goals. And when you set a deadline, that's what you're doing with a goal, especially in a time frame. Is right. I want to achieve. Yeah. I want to be able to save up for a holiday and go on a holiday in 6 months' time. You put a deadline on it. So, and then you've got some drive, but you've got to tap into the emotion side of setting a goal, because that's what's going to make you hang on the days that you go, I don't want to do that today. It's too hard. That's when the emotion kicks in and kicks up the arse and says, no, you will do it today if you want to get to your goal.
That's right, man. And like Steve said too, having a why, like not just a it'd be pretty cool to travel. Like, why do I want to travel? Why is it important to me? Why? That overarching glue of why is that's your clear vision. And without that clear vision, it's hard to understand why the process is so important, because really it is the process that's going to get us there. We're not going to just wake up tomorrow and be like, cool, I'm a world traveler full time now and this is it. It doesn't happen.
Wish it was that easy.
So do I, but it took me 5 years to really hone into the mindset to just get up and go, because I was scared too. I was scared to finally live in my van and travel. It was scary. I didn't know what it was going to be like, right? But again, that why is so important. I think so. I think it's the one thing that's really driven me to want the process, to enjoy the process of getting there. You know what I mean?
100%, man. Like, you got to remember, your focus determines your reality. All right, and goals are what you're going to focus on, and we all know what you focus on expands, just like Phil and Ray always says. All right, so you need to make sure that you're focusing on the right things, and the right things are your goals and why you want to achieve them and how they're going to make you feel when you get them. And yeah, don't decrease your goals, increase your efforts.
Right.
Simple as that, bro.
I love that, Steve. That was that's amping me up.
Yeah, sweet.
Look, the last real thing that I really wanted to speak about, and Steve probably has a bit more info within his beautiful mind of his that he can give you guys, is, again, like I said, is to start small, and why that's so important. Now, when you haven't set any goals before, it's a new process. It's an entirely new thing to you, and we all know what it feels like to start something new. It's scary, it's uncomfortable, doesn't feel right, because we've never done it before. And it takes starting, right? It takes starting to actually, like I said this the other day, and I read it in an amazing book called Developing the Leader Within You 2.0 by John C. Maxwell. And yes, Steve's read it as well. I bought it for you, Steve, just to get him going. Yes. And look, it says this, right? And it's so powerful, and I love it. It says, good opportunities and big ideas don't just pop out of nowhere. They evolve. It takes a starting point, and it takes a process to continue building upon it. Because once you start, you get this new experience. You then get past that initial, wavy section where you're like, oh, this is not for me, but I want to do this, so I'm going to work on it. Then you get to this new level. You're standing on a solid platform now, not a shaky one. And you're like, okay, now that I've experienced that, I can see these different aspects of this stuff, and now I can start applying myself individually to these aspects to now become more a part of my life. That's the process evolving to that big idea. The big idea doesn't just come out of there and you're just there the next day. Doesn't matter what it is. Does not matter what it is. So that's the point I'm trying to make, of starting smaller and working towards your goals, the bigger goals. Starting smaller to actually achieve them, so that you feel, okay, I can achieve goals. I know how to do this now. Yes, it's low level, but it's the habit of making goals and achieving them. Not just setting, oh, I want a Ferrari next week. I'm going to, like, you know what? Anyway, look,
a big thing is, man, is if your goals don't challenge you, they won't change you.
Exactly.
Right? And they've got to be big enough. They've got to be big enough that they scare you a little bit. Like you got to think, wow, like you got to think big. Think big. Our mentor has been banging on this the last couple of days. He's been telling us all, stop thinking small, start thinking big, because we can achieve so much. And people don't really understand how powerful they are till they start unlocking up here. And that's what we're hoping to help you do and inspire you to do so. So the key to your success is focusing on your goals, not obstacles, is a big thing. A lot of people focus on the first little obstacle that pops up when they're trying to get to their goal. Their focus all shifts to that, and that normally derails them. You need to stop worrying about obstacles. If you climb over it, go under it, go around it, blow it up, whatever, Like, just move forward and keep focused. And if you can have that, like I've said, emotional attachment to your why, you'll get through anything. You really will. So we'll go over, as always, we want to try and give you guys a couple of things that you can take away from this episode and then go and practice. So Nath, what do you reckon we should get these guys to do as far as, writing down some goals? How are we going to structure that, mate?
Well, I reckon, I don't know if you remember from last week, guys, but we did an instant premiere when we started our first YouTube channel. And when we started Shifting Minds, our very first episode, we set it as an instant premiere so we could actually have a chat before it launched. So what we're thinking is maybe you guys write down what you guys want to achieve for that very first week. That's it. Something that you'd like to achieve. Everybody knows deep inside them what they might want to change, and just write that down and just focus on that for a week. And what we'll do is in next week's video, so week 3, what we'll do is we'll set an instant premiere. We're gonna have a chat about it before the video goes, and then we can see what kind of progress you guys have made. It might be a win, it might be a lose, but it's progress. How does that sound?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, no, it sounds good, man. And we'll always be, 15, 20 minutes prior to our episode going live.
Yeah.
We'll be there in the chat. So be sure to, if you are subscribed to our channel, and that gives us a good little reminder. If you like our content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you don't miss anything from us. And what that'll do is, if you're a subscriber to our channel, when we set our instant premieres, you'll get a reminder that day, and you'll also get a reminder about half an hour before, so you can't miss it. So make sure you do that, and we'll be in the chat to answer any questions. But I think that's very important, Nath. We'll wrap it up now because we want to try and keep these short and punchy. But write down 5 things that you want to achieve in the next 6 months. Break them down into monthly goals if you want to. But you need to just write this stuff down, guys, and get clear on what you want, why you want it, and then also one thing we haven't really talked about yet. I mentioned it about having a plan. You have to have a plan in place to achieve your goals. It's no good saying, I want to be a millionaire, and that's your goal, but you don't have any idea of how to get yourself from your position now to being a millionaire. You need to implement a plan, and that's the super powerful part of doing what we've been able to do. Join an online platform that's full of entrepreneurs, all learning the skills that we need, and that's the way we've implemented a plan. We're like, well, we need to learn how to do this. We mingle with the right people, and when you start mingling with the right people, am I right, Nate? It starts to change you in so many ways, bro.
100%. And that's like, we're 2 tradies and now we're on YouTube talking about mindset. What?
I know.
What? What? Exactly. Look, what Steve just said there, if you have to replay it again and just get clear on what it is you should be writing down and just understanding within yourself, replay Steve's bit there and just spend some time replaying and pausing if you have to get it down on paper. Just before we wrap things up, guys, we just wanted to let you know, next week's video is going to be about basically fear and kind of a little bit of judgment stuff in the midst, because we all do feel that kind of stuff, and that links to our emotional why. So
yeah, 100%, man. Like, fear holds so many people back, and whether it's a fear of judgment of other people or your family, fear of the unknown, fear of the online, fear of strangers saying you're silly for trying something online, whatever it is, those fears can be really crippling, and they can stop you from moving forward in life. So next episode, we're going to talk about our personal experience with the fears that we overcome, and also some hints and tips on strategies on how to not let the fear of judgment and the fear in general rule what you do.
100%, because you know what I say? Fuck them. That's what I say.
Fuck them.
And that's gonna be a quack 'em. And look, don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, and
hit the little bell.
Yes, and we will be seeing you guys next week, and in that instant premiere, of course.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
See you guys. The quack's brilliant. How good is the quack? So we can quack the quack out of him.
Oh, it's so hard. It's got to get focused.
He said.
Plan. comfort zones.
And ADHD, I swear to God, that's what it is. I just lose it.
All right, let's just do that little quick bit. You ready?
What little quick bit?
That little quick bit about what's next episode's gonna be.
Oh, yeah, right.